Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, Nails, the great minister, her rule and teacher. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing and believing this word in all true sincerity and sacrificing their lives and wills to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh. His only begotten Son name is Yahweh Shai. And Lord, when this video is edifying, quick, straight to the point. This video right here will be entitled "The Importance of Fear." And recently a brother, so I don't exactly remember the brother's name, but around a minute here at GMS, it was a brother that had a vision and had a dream and whatnot. And this vision / dream that he had was a dream of judgment. And he described the dream, and he had, and the brother described the dream, and the dream that he had was showing that the Lord having judgment on all the camps of Israel, GMS, IUIC, ISUBK, so on and so forth. To basically sum it all up, he was in the room with his fellow brothers, and not just the brothers of his camp, but all the brothers of Great Millstone who's been pushing and believing this word in all true sincerity. And, and all the other camps was in the room too. And it was an angel that came in and whatnot and started commencing mass judgment. And by commencing mass judgment, I mean he's slaying these other groups, these people that came against the prophets, and not just the people these other Israelite groups that come against the prophets. Those that ain't teaching the word in all true sincerity, So in that dream, let me say this: that angel that was doing that kind of put fear in the man's heart. In the prophet's heart, because that could easily be us, That could be me, it could be easily be anybody. If that dream was a healthy dosage of fear, we have to constantly fear the Heavenly Father, and not just constantly fear, but obey what He says, That's why it's so critical that we teach the word in all true sincerity, and make sure our breakdowns are correct, make sure we're doing things in a righteous way, because if we don't, the Lord can have a death angel come upon you. And I'm gonna read this Ezekiel real quick. But that angel that was slaughtering those individuals with that sword, he had that's scary. That could easily be anybody, But I ain't gonna waste time. I'm gonna go ahead and get Ezekiel. I'm going to get Ezekiel chapter 9, and I start at verse. Let me see. I'm going to start at verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said to him, in this Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, though the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. And in today's time, that's the prophets that's sighing and crying, not just the things that's going on in Babylon, but going on in the Israelite community as well. Or not community, the Israelite in its truth. What everything's going on with these camps, and how they acting, how they teaching, how they breaking down things wrong, how they're not repenting from their wicked deeds. That's what's going on in this day and age. Verse 5. And real quick, and the Lord is watching all of this too. The Lord is being told of all the things that are happening with each and every individual brother that's in GMS, and those that strayed off from GMS to do their own thing. Alazar, Nate, so on and so forth. All these so-called high priests, generals, captains, that so-called teaching the word in all true sincerity, and in all seriousness, they're not doing that. They're doing it for filthy lucre. Verse 5, and in glory as well. In verse 5, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him though the city, and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. And angels don't have pity. They're assigned to do. They're terminators. They do their job at any. You cannot slow down an angel, and now that's not a good analogy. You cannot slow down an angel of the Lord at all. You can't. There's nothing in your mortal body that you can do to slow down the angel. Angels don't sleep. They don't need eat. Suck it. Angels don't sleep. They don't eat. They don't get tired. They don't need to take a break. Angels are on the go, constantly, nonstop. And angels don't need the things that we need. So angels don't get tired. Angels obviously have spiritual capabilities far beyond our own, but nevertheless, angels don't have feelings. Angels don't have remorse. Angels are there to do their job and leave. Verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. And yeah, that dream the brother had, he mentioned that it was all men. It wasn't even women and children and those that are in men. It was men in there. But you know how you have ultimately there was every prophet, well, even false prophets in that dream as well, that he mentioned that from these other camps. But he mentioned the men. He didn't even get to the women and children yet. So how much more so women, children, the men that know they're Israelites and they're going off in the world and whatnot, that let's say like those that believe, that's completely, that should give you a dosage of fear that wants you to get your shit together, And this ain't just going for y'all, it's going for me as well, because that dream could be that death angel could have touched any one of us, man, right before our eyes, right next to us. And the brother was like, shit, like, we're going to see individuals that are even of our own camps get judged harshly, and I mean harshly in the sense that they might have been doing something behind the scenes. Like these agents, they're going to get judged harshly. Those that are coming against the ministry, they're going to get judged. They're going to get judged horribly. So we got to be in that mindset of we got to do what's right we got to do what's right and do what the Heavenly Father commanded us. So that means taking instruction from our elders as well. Not just elders above you. That's why it's rank and order, because you've had these elders, and the elders and the apostles have been through experiences, so we got to take heed to what they say as well. That's literally the counsel of the Heavenly Father on earth, this ministry, so that's the time we're coming into. But not come near any man Salakia, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at ancient men which were before the house. And yeah, that word mark, I guess I have to go give it a blue letter, but that word mark is Salakia. Let me go through Salakia. Let me get to that blue letter. So let me go here real quick. So that word mark, I want to be correct on this, because I know at the end of the day, we have to, be more correct. So that word mark, it isn't the same mark that's in Revelations chapter 13. This word mark is thawa, and it means desire. And mark, a sign of exemption from judgment. And yeah, that's what's going on. That mark in Ezekiel 9 is what the elect are going to have. That mark of exemption, which means you will be spared from that second death that's about to come. That's what we're praying that we all be worthy of. Men, women, and children, but beginning with the men, the prophets of the Lord, But going back into Ezekiel 9, this is that mark is what was put upon the foreheads of the men that was, were doing the right things. So verse 7, he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth, and they went forth and slew in the city. So go back to what I was going to go. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. Angels don't spare. They have no pity. They don't have no feelings. They come to do their job and bounce. That's what's about. We're about to see horrific judgments come. And we can't be shaken in that. We can't be emotional in that. We have to be steadfast and focused and tunnel vision on a goal, which is deliverance. Verse 8, and it came to pass while they were slaying them, and I was left, and that I fell upon my face and cried, Ah, Lord, Yahweh power, Yahweh Bashim Shai power, will thou destroy all the residue of Israel in the pouring out of thy fury upon Jerusalem? And yeah, the Lord is getting tired of the iniquity. Oh, I'm going to read that in verse 9. The Lord is getting tired of seeing Israel behave the way it is. We became degenerates as a whole. And now there's going to be an elect remnant in the 1/3. But at the end of the day, the Lord is tired of seeing this. So guess what he's going to do? He's going to have angels slaughter a vast majority of Jakes. That's why 2/3 got to go. What's that? Zechariah 13 and 8 and 9. That's exactly what's about to happen. We're going to see that. And that brother dream, that was a fulfillment of Zechariah 13, chapter 13, verse 8 and 9. The 2/3 shall be cut off and die. And if you're not of the elect, you're not of that 1/3, you're predestined for destruction. Verse 9, then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah, so all 12 tribes, is exceeding great, and the land is full of blood. The city is full of perverseness. And yeah, Jake is fully in perverseness. Jake rather trust in Esau than the Lord, and that's going to get their ass destroyed. The Lord Yahweh has forsaken the earth, and the Lord seeth not. And at the end of the day, the Lord seeth all these things. So what you think he's going to do when judgment fully comes? It's, as I said in Amos, actually, I'm going to grab that too. Let me see. I'm going to grab Amos. That's in Amos also. But the Lord is going to start with Jake that know who they are. I'm going to grab that in Amos real quick. What's that, 5 and 1? Let me see. No, it's 9 and 1. Actually, no, it's 3. 3 and 1. No, wait. I went to. Yeah, it's 3 and 1. This is Amos chapter 3, verse. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of Egypt, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. And yeah, the Lord is going to punish those. Actually, my sanctuary, my sanctuary. But ultimately, the Lord is getting tired of seeing Jake act the way they act. So therefore, it's got to be a mass cleaning. What's that? My sanctuary. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna grab that real quick. Sanctuary. So what's that? Let me see. I have to find that. Bear with me, Bubba, because I'm gonna find this other precept. What's that? Sanctuary. Nope. Yeah, but at the end of the day, the Lord is going to provide examples of what's going to happen for those that don't fully trust and believe in the Lord. Where is that precepts? The Lord will, if I can find it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see, Ezekiel 5. Let me see. Let me see. This is Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 11. Wherefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh power, surely because thou hast defiled my sanctuary with all thy detestable things, and with all thy abominations, therefore I will also diminish thee, neither shall my eyes spare, neither will I have any pity. And yeah, at the end of the day, well, let me see. Third part, let me see. Ooh, that could fit. That's some good precepts. But yeah, ultimately, judgment is going to be getting at the sanctuary of the Lord. This ain't the one I was trying to find, but ultimately, with everything that's going on, the judgments are about to come to those that know the Israelites, that know that what they've been taught, and those that are in the truth. That goes for us that knows us Israelites. That goes for those of us that are GMS, so on and so forth. So the Lord is going to start showing what happens when you do the righteous things and what's going to happen to those that do wickedly. So from there, I don't know why I keep jumping back down. I'm gonna go to Ecclesiasticus, other known as Sirach, chapter 5, and I'm gonna go to verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. The Lord is going to get tired of you taking time to come to him. This is a high time to awake out of sleep, pursuing the Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. But that's why daily daily reading, daily seeking the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord, watching videos, so on and so forth. So we can't make no tarrying to turn to the Lord because it's going to be too late. There's going to be a time period of when we're going to run out of Salakias and Baba Kashars and whatnot. There's going to be the times we're coming upon into. The Lord ain't going to be so forgiving for those that have the time period. The grace. This is an opportunity. We're in a grace period. It's called grace for a reason. Because if not, we would be finished without grace. And that's an importance of Yahweh Shai as well. But that's another video for another day. But ultimately, with everything that's going on, the grace period is about to run out. So we have to act accordingly. So from there, I'm going to go to Proverbs. Go to Proverbs chapter 1, and now I start at verse 7. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. And yeah, that's pretty plain and simple. You don't need a 20-minute breakdown of that. When you fear the Lord, and when you begin to fear the Lord, that's the beginning. Beginning to fear the beginning is fearing the Lord. So he's going to show you wisdom and knowledge and understanding. So with the more fear you have of the Lord, the more things he'll bestow unto you and show you. That's why prophets are very important, because the prophets of the Lord fear the Lord greatly. You always notice in Old Testament, New Testament, so on and so forth. Primarily, really in the Old Testament, a lot of the prophets feared the Lord. The prophets would show visions, dreams, so on and so forth. Prophets were showed things. The things that they seen was very great. And you always notice that a vast majority of Israel ain't looking toward the fear of the Lord like that. They fear the heathen more than they fear the Lord. They worship idols more than they fear the Lord. And that's exactly what's happened. These people worshiping idols, fearing our oppressors more than they fear the Lord, and the Lord's going to return and show them, like, hey, I'm the one that controls all this, not them. So this is the time period we're coming into. So I'm going to grab one more precept, and then I'm going to close out. This is Psalms chapter 11. 111, not 11, Salakia. It's Psalms chapter 111. And I'll grab I get straight to the point, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. his praise endure forever. And yeah, those that fear the Lord will have good understanding of things. Those that Sirach chapter 39 and verse 1, starting at verse 1. Those that fear the Lord and have the meditation of the Lord in their minds and focus on prophecy. Those that are focused on prophecies have fear of the Lord. Prophecies are what's installing that fear as well, because we see plain as day. We have the vision to see and understand that Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. That's fearful. We see that we're not those that are left in that second death ain't going to just get hit by nukes. Getting hit by nukes is a lot. They're going to get burned from the chariots, plagues, strange apparitions. Things about to get wild out here. So therefore, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So you're going to learn that, this could protect me. That's what the elect are doing. That's what the 1/3 is doing. Seeking that refuge and protection from the Lord. But Lord, when this video is edified, I'm going to close out by giving all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. And Lord, when this video is edified, and I'll say, Shalom.